Hi, I'm Dean, Project Lead Engineer at Breakwater ID. Today we're going to look at the Framework laptop, which is the world's first modular laptop. And what I mean by modular laptop is it doesn't have just your traditional, standard ports. What it has instead is it has these expandable or expansion slots here, 2 on each side. And what you can do is for each one is you can put in your USB-C, your standard USB, or old school USB. You can also get your display ports, HDMIs, and the one which I'm most excited about, which I haven't got to do till now actually, is this Ethernet. This will be the first time looking at it. I'm very excited about it actually because it's very cool. It's a little bit more unfinished with the clear, but being an engineer, being on site, that Ethernet port does come in very handy. Also inside the box, you get your tool bit, which is the only bit you need. You don't need any other screwdrivers or anything else for it. And you also get your power, which there you go, is also modular, which is very cool. So you use a nice little mini brick. 60 watts I think is the highest as it goes, but you get a USB-C to USB-C cable, so spare charger for your laptop as well. But it's nice strong cables as well. They're actually very, you know that they're good quality. So to give you a little bit more about the Framework laptop and why I myself actually really like it is the company was originally mainly made up of engineers from HTC, Lenovo, and Apple, and their company view actually is to be more open with what they do and to make the laptops actually more upgradable, also repairable, so they can live for longer basically. Because for the longest time now, when you're getting into higher end laptops, more and more parts are either glued or soldered, so it can be more rigid or have be thinner. And speaking of the design of the actual laptop, this is by no means not pretty. Yeah, you've got your nice little look on the front. It's actually nice, quite and thin as well. It's got a 180-degree hinge, which is very cool, and nice and strong as well. Nice and strong. And the great thing about I'm going to say a lot of great things, by the way, as well. I do apologize for that. So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to open it up so you can see the inside of it. And I can show you some of the how this laptop is actually reusable. Sorry, I should say upgradable and repairable. So it's held down by these 5 screws, which you don't take out all the way. You just loosen them. As you're looking from the bottom, I believe it's this one here. Doesn't come out as far. And the great thing is, sorry if I just do that. So when you're opening it up, you do have to be careful because the trackpad is still attached. So there are, when you're buying one of these laptops, There are two kits. There's the DIY version, and then there's the pre-assembled version. The DIY version basically just doesn't have the memory. Doesn't have the memory installed. Clearly haven't got that one loose enough. Right, there we go. So, open that up. So you can see how they've actually put care into this as well, because although they've got the cable, they've got this little hook right here, which you might be able to see. And what you do is you can lift that up, and that is your keyboard off. One of the great things actually about it as well, so there is a fingerprint sensor, and which is also the power button, so it's turn on, and you can sign in as well. And it's actually a very great sensor. I daily drive one, and yeah, just one, it always works. So what I want to show you in here is I really want to show you, like, as apart from actually putting the bits in, is there are QR codes on every single bit of the laptop or part of the laptop. So if you need to replace the speaker, upgrade the memory, battery, Wi-Fi card, you can basically take your phone, have a look at the QR code with your camera, and it will take you straight to the page where you can find guides basically about how to swap the bit out. They give ratings in there as well and how long it should take to do. It really is, which is great. What I'll quickly talk about actually as well is that's the repairability actually. That they've got these QR codes. You can go do the stuff. You can buy the parts from their store, and they give you the guides how to do it yourself. They don't treat you with gloves. For upgradability as well though, so these framework laptops originally come out with a Windows Core 11. Now there is the Core 12, the Intel 12th gen, and you can actually take these motherboards out. So they're designed so you can actually take this motherboard out and basically swap it for a newer version, and everything will continue on working. And what that is actually for e-waste as well is you don't actually need to throw that old motherboard away. They've got a 3D printed case, and what you can do is if you get yourself some memory, get memory, power, and everything, you can actually then run. You can basically then have a little mini desktop PC for kids, or for playing, or a test environment or whatever. It's you don't need to throw it away. You can find another use for it if you have one, which is great. It also has this nice little thing here where it says made with love from the Framework team, which it really is. I also wanted to show you the actual microphone and camera itself have their own dedicated switches to turning it off and on. And if you need to replace the bezel, the great thing is that it is magnetic. So I can take it off. Just that easy. And I don't need to take the back off to do it, it's just because I had it on. But you can basically take that out, swap it out for a new one. And even actually, if you can see it, the camera and the speaker itself actually is replaceable. So if that starts to go, you can easily put on another one. And it's magnetic, so you can just pop it back on. And there we go. So I need to, as we've gone to the DIY, I'm actually going to install the memory. There you go. This is actually quite a cool thing. They've got a cable cut. They've got cables with little magnets in them. So your cables that run to the screen, you can actually tuck them away and hide them in there, which is great. The actual components themselves are also made by vetted and reputable companies. So these laptops, they are, so I just had a look before doing this, and they are £500 plus. So we've got, so you've got your DIY, which you install this stuff, you install the memory and the hard drive yourself, but there's also the pre-assembled as well. But then, like I said, if you then later want to install, upgrade with your processor, you can. Put that back on. We'll show you the camera in a second actually as well, and the thing. I haven't shown you much of the front, but I'll just quickly show you that as well. Because I'm very much a fan of simple designs, and that's what I like about this laptop. It's simple, but you know it's good. To show you also probably a little bit of just to show you so you can see it. Nice silver finish. Screen is 13x5, 3x2, so it's taller than it is. So it's got a slightly taller screen than the usual smaller laptops, which I like, especially for scrolling through messages and emails and everything. It's nice and sturdy. Like there's no give, which is one of the things that everyone talks of. When you're getting a good laptop, and that's part of the reason why they used to say have to solder it on, or you can't go in and change this and that. So they can give you that rigid feel, but there's honestly there's no give in it, which I love. Now that I've installed Windows, I just want to show you the camera, the display as well, and a little preview of the fingerprint and the fingerprint sensor. So, like I said before, it's a 3x2. It's got an anti-glare coating, and to me, personally, it looks like a fantastic screen. And for office work, it's great. Little fingerprint sensor, like I said, on the power. Boom, we're in. Show you the camera. This is the front-facing camera, so moving around does well, and it looks great for meetings and the camera. And you've got your little sensors, so you've got your little hard switches for turning it off and on at the top there. To show you quickly as well, I don't think I actually showed you the taking out and putting in. So this is a USB expansion card, and so you see it's got a USB there, and it's just in, and there it goes. And these things sit in here really well. You do it a couple of times and but it's going nowhere, which is great. You don't want that feeling of, is your port gonna come out? There you go, and that's your display. I've got going. You can tell I haven't pushed that one out as many times, but yeah, that is the Framework laptop. It's a great brand, renewable, repairable, and upgradable. I hope it stays and continues on and grows from strength to strength. Thanks very much.